Hello, YouTube. It's me, John Avenger, once again. Welcome to another live commentary from me in the month of April. This is a 2009 comedy crime film. Uh, it's about 88 minutes long. It is a film you've probably never heard of, Lonely Street, with Jay Moore and Lindsay Price, Nikki Cox, who doesn't act anymore, Cat Williams, and Robert Patrick. Yeah, so let's get this done. He plays like a kind of an Elvis impersonator, and he does really good in it. Yeah, I didn't know it was him. This movie didn't get a big distribution when it came out. A Peter Edinger film. And why this film? Because I haven't seen this movie in years. Don't leave me alone. Yeah. And screw the Elvis movie from 22. You're not Elvis. Rebel comes home. Please don't leave me alone. Yeah, this is a better Elvis impersonation than Austin Butler. Sorry, but Austin Butler is not Elvis. You don't even look like him. He's not even a good actor because even in Dune Part 2, I'm like, you shaved your head and you did a Batman voice. Wow, you're so intimidating. Lonely Street. It's an independently made movie because I never heard of it. And look, a Native American. Rio Grande. And he has a bad Southern accent in the movie. I'm very sorry, Josh, but yeah, this is a movie that was made for its time. Yes, his landlord is played by an Indian, Hindu actor. Hindi. Yeah, put some pants on or some shorts or something. Yeah. Mm. That's nice in the movie. 3 minutes in, we already got a hot chick in it. That's always a plus. Even though this is box office bomb month, I already reviewed this years ago on my old channel, but I haven't done a podcast for it. The only Southern accent that works in this movie is Robert Patrick. Yeah, you can't do that now. You can't just grab a lady's bosoms. You can't do that unless you know them and they want it. Again, there's a lot of those Kevin Smith type jokes. Air conditioned. But I watched this movie because Lindsay Price is in it, and she's in it a lot. She's not just a cameo. This isn't Killers of the Flower Moon where the Southern accents, I think Robert De Niro has one and Leonardo DiCaprio. That was an Oscar bait winner. Well, it wasn't a winner. It didn't win, but it was an Oscar bait nominated film. So this is not. This is a movie nobody's heard of. I know this actor. He was in James and the Giant Peach, Baby Day Out. I haven't seen that movie because it's almost it's 3 hours long. Not doing any podcasts that are 3 hours. If I do a 3 hour movie, I have to do it in parts. That would be more less painful for me. Like the Snyder Cut or Endgame, I can do because that's not 3 hours. Without the end credits, it's 2:49. But I have to find a way to see it. You know, Matthew McConaughey would have been better in this role because he actually has a Southern accent, or Walton Goggins, even though he's so Southern and everything. Yuck, yuck, yuck. He's recently in that Borderlands show. Well, no, not Borderlands. My bad. The other show. Damn it, Fallout. They look the same. Borderland, Fallout. What's the difference? It's a post-apocalyptic story. The same thing. It's been the same thing since Dune, where it's in the desert and everything sucks. And yuck, yuck, yuck. I'm a Southern guy again. And he's a hillbilly, so at least Josh is not that. God, Jay Moore's accent is so bad in this movie. It's worse than Nicolas Cage and Con Air. That accent is passable compared to this. And Nikki Cox only did this movie because Jay Moore was her husband at the time. God, thanks for not showing. Let me eat some peanuts. I'm glad an actor like Charlie Day exists because he has what Jay Moore doesn't, $1 billion hit. Ernie Hudson's in this movie too. I forgot. Here he is, Robert Patrick. There he is. Hmm. No, not quite. This would have been Elvis if he was still alive. See, his accent slips in and out, Jay Moore. Yeah, I'll say. I have an aunt from Alabama. I love her accent. It is a good performance. It's one of his most overlooked performances, Robert Patrick, because this is not him playing the typical villain. He's an Elvis impersonator that really nails it. If Elvis was in his 50s or 60s, he never made it to that age because he died so young. I'll say. Hope you guys are going to be in the chat soon. We're about 11 minutes in. It's not a Southern gentleman. Oh. K doesn't mean awesome. That doesn't make any sense. Some of the writing here is a bit weak, especially one line that they say near the end. Well, in the third act, it's horrible. So, there's no K in awesome, you idiot. A is awesome, not K. What does this take place in anyway? It doesn't say. Maybe it's Texas or something. It's not Tennessee because I don't know, son. Again, we get it. Okay, here's the next scene. It's not a ghost. He's human in this. He's not a ghost. This isn't Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Where does this take place at? – 1993. I was 8 years old. Lactose. Hey, look, it's the guy from Borat, not Sacha Baron Cohen, his partner. Yes, he can speak English, people. He does a lot of accents. He's actually from California, so he's a good actor. That's a continental breakfast. Let me see where it takes place. Lonely Street location. Let me see here. I'm trying to look where it takes place. It doesn't say. It doesn't say. They probably James the King Brown was brought to Arnhem to do this. This movie's based on a novel. This was at a film festival, so it wasn't. I don't know. It doesn't say. There she is, Lindsay freaking Price. The first time I saw her was in a Toys R Us commercial when I was a little kid. Hey, have you been to a film festival? Yes, I did. I went to a short film festival in 2015. There she is. She's so gorgeous. Uh, And she's not Southern. And also, she was in a Toys R Us commercial when I was 11 years old. She was the little girl in the 80s. And then in the 90s, she did the Toys R Us commercial. And I loved it. Where she's riding a train. Look it up. Mm. I went to a film festival, a Disney short film festival in 2015. You know, you need to get this lady a hearing aid. When they can't hear, they give them a hearing aid. She's a gorgeous actress. She still is. She didn't do people that lose their hearing usually have their headphones too loud or they hear loud music all the time. I don't. I only do it occasionally. Heard. You can't hear, lady. I could do this and you won't hear it. Wow, this is the fakest kicks I've ever seen. I've seen more realistic kicking. Cat Williams, he's funny. I like him. Yeah, remember Friday After Next when I was cracking up last year? Who throws money on the floor like that? Lindsay Price is. It's good to see her in a movie again. I haven't seen her in a film in a while, so I saw her in some TV shows back in the 2000s. I play music while playing video games. Yeah, sometimes I do that. Mm, it's okay. Yep. Make fun of his weight. There's Nikki Cox. She retired. What the hell happened to her lips? Like she must have gotten liposuction or something because her lips look like a duck. She's gorgeous. It's just I don't know what she did to her face. She did some plastic surgery on her face because Lindsay Price doesn't look like that. She doesn't know. Hmm. Hmm. So I don't. Yeah, take pictures of her without her consent. It's like Madeline Petch. You never need to do anything on your face. Don't alter your face. Plastic surgery is not good. It makes you look like a cartoon. Look at Mickey Rourke or poor Lara Flynn Boyle. They do surgery on their faces and it messes their face up. Age is going to catch up to you. It'll catch up to all of us. You can't hide it. Sorry, I'm not hiding it. I'm just shaving my face every now and then. It helps. I like to be clean shaven because it's not really him. Hmm. It's April 15th. We're about halfway through the month of April because it's 30 days. So I guess. That's true. The music and the memories. That's what people remember about Elvis. Not that movie that Austin Butler doesn't even sing. It's he's lip syncing because he can't really sing. He's not a singer, obviously. I don't bully people, Josh. It's just when I don't like of someone, I'm going to give them hell. That's what I got to do. I don't like Amber Heard, but I'm not going to do a podcast to bash her for 2 hours. I did that with the Aquaman podcast, and she's barely in the second one. There's not much to say. And her southern accent sucked in Drive Angry. Nicolas Cage was good in that movie. Her, ugh. Yep. It's 12 o'clock already. It's a good looking film. Yep, disco. So even when Elvis was still alive, disco was pretty much replacing that kind of music. Wow. Product placement. Is Brie Larson still acting? Yeah, she is. Spidey. She didn't retire. I would have heard it by now. The Marvels bombed, so she's taking a little break. She wants to get away from the public eye of people bashing her for no reason. I'm wearing this hat to support her because I always will. Louisiana. It's Louisiana, not Louisiana. That's not funny. There it is. More product placement. 7-Eleven. Mm-hmm. Nice hat. Thanks, Spidey. Oh, will you please stop farting? It's not funny. God. Who's that? A discount Britney Spears? There's Joe Mantegna. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Little person. Cocaine. It's a good song. When the rebel comes home. Yeah, again, it's a song that Elvis probably would have sang if he didn't die so young. Again, he's small. We get it. Some of the humor is very hit and miss. I mostly watch it for the girls that are in the movie and Robert Patrick's performance. It's really well done. He's not really singing in the movie. It's a dub over, but at least he's playing the role. A big gulp. Yeah. A CD, something that nobody uses anymore. You're an idiot. he dropped the he dropped the nachos at some 7-Eleven on his pants. What? No cheese? Mm. Nikki Cox was fine back in the 90s. Wow. Mm. Hmm. It's too bad she retired because again they were going to give her like roles that she were beneath her, so she was like, "I'm going to retire." That's gross. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. We're 30 minutes in, so we're about a third of the way to. Again, would you please stop with the fart jokes? It's not funny. Oh my god. This movie's on YouTube? God, this some of the humor here is just cringe. He's fat, we get it. You farting. Ah. Bruce Willis retired, yeah, but he did it because he has a mental disorder. The second half of the movie is better than the first half. The first half is just a bunch of the same jokes you've heard before. People magazine, Time magazine. Yep, the guy finally is dead. No more farts. Thank God. Got shot like in the head twice. Paul Rodriguez. Mm, it's not an action movie. This is this is a crime comedy thriller, not an action movie. It looks like an action movie because he has a gun, but it's not an action movie. This movie has a diverse cast. Super Mario. Okay, that kind of made me laugh because some of the humor wasn't hitting for me. It was like a lot of penis jokes and fart jokes. A lot of the same toilet humor from an Adam Sandler movie. This is an R rating. You could do better than that. Hmm. Let me check the weather for tomorrow. 70 degrees tomorrow. A monkey? Or is it an ape? There's Ernie Hudson, yep. On Stranger Tides yesterday, I like that movie. I think it's the better sequel after the second one. Okay, that was kind of funny. See? Physical comedy. Him and Dan Aykroyd were good in Frozen Empire. It was Bill Murray that didn't want to be there. You could tell he's like, I'm gonna just get a paycheck and throw a pen at Kamala Johnny. He's old, guys. What do you expect? Some people that are old don't care anymore. Look at Joe Biden. He's our president, and he doesn't care. He's like, if I don't get reelected, at least I survived 4 years, right? Barely, but he did. Turning your guns for toys. See, that was basically a cameo for Ernie Hudson. This was 2009, so he was doing the Ghostbusters video game. He still can act. Even in his 70s, he can still act. And he's always been a good actor in Ghostbusters, what was it? The Crow, the original Crow. This movie, he was good in what was that other movie he did in the 90s? Congo. He was good in that too. Even though his accent is, hit and miss. I think it's Texas because everybody has a hat like it's Texas, yeah. Mm, mm. Oh, she is so sexy, man. Mm. Her voice is soothing. She's Asian, so she has a lickable face. Yeah, Felicia Quattlebaum. That's supposed to be like a Jewish name, but she's Asian. Look at her face. Yeah. Oh my god. She looks like an older Naya Damison, Josh, and you know how I feel about her. She is just yummy. I don't fear Asian girls. I just admire them. Hmm. I'm definitely attracted to her. She just acts so bad. And there's no more fart jokes in the movie because that is stupid. Got to get a haircut. I'm going to cut it off next week. He was also in Get Smart, the Arabic dude from Borat. He was in the Get Smart in a supporting role. Quiet, please. And she's talking out loud. What's that license plate? I'm trying to see it. Come on, show the license plate. I want to know what state this is. Starbonics? You're an idiot. Again, his character is kind of stupid. It's not the 70s anymore. Disco sucks. Again, I bet he did. I wasn't there when they blew up those disco records in the 70s or early 80s. Yeah, I didn't do that. I've never blown up anything except in a video game. Really? Yeah, like the 2022 Baz Luhrmann movie. People only went to go see it because of the nostalgia, but it's not enough. Taylor Swift movie made more. So, with how much it cost, Taylor Swift movie didn't cost $200 million, and it wasn't. It was 3 hours with the extended cut. We're 45 minutes in. We're about halfway through the movie. Hmm. That's a hot name, Bambi Gamble. Sounds like a Bond name, right? Like a Bond girl name. Oh, that's racist. Pocahontas, really? Again, guys, 2009. It was a different time. That's why I don't want to see Killers of the Flower Moon. We get it. Oppression sucks. Hmm. Yes, I know. Oh my God. Oh my God. Jennifer Garner, don't do something to your face because again, you're aging. We get it. She's gonna be in Deadpool 3. So you'll killer. Guys, our minds go. That we wander off when we see a beautiful girl. Just sucking your fingers. She's 45 now. She married him in 2006 and they got divorced in 2018. She was in Terminator 2, but that was a cameo. Nutty Professor 2. This was her last film. Her last show was in 2009, The Spectacular Spider-Man. She was Silver Sable. She retired a year after this movie. Her birthday's in June, so I can post a picture. She was in Unhappily Ever After back in the 90s. It was kind of a ripoff of Married with Children, except with a bunny puppet. That's coming up. I know you're black, Cat. We all know. Oh wait, Albuquerque. So it's New Mexico. I knew it was some state like that. It was either Texas or here because it said Albuquerque, New Mexico. I didn't know they had Southern accents in New Mexico. You seen the Taylor Swift movie? Yes, long. The movie's almost over. We got about uh 30 minutes left. 30 some minutes. It's not very long. It's just that it's not as funny as when I first saw it. It's not really it feels more like a thriller than a comedy. I laugh a couple of times, but it's not as funny as like The Hangover. Bring this a little closer. She retired a year after this movie and then never acted again. Yes, he did. He was he was what was his name? This guy from The Simpsons. Joe Mantegna. Big Tony, I think. Yeah. See, he's incompetent. That's the problem with his character in this movie. Jay Moore is not a good PI. He makes Inspector Gadget look competent. This movie, better crime movie than Rush Hour. No, Rush Hour is a little better only because it's funnier and there's action in it. This is above average, I would say. It's not a great film. I just thought, I hadn't seen it in a while. It is better than the Rush Hour TV show, that's for sure. Lindsay Price is not in it that much. She's in it enough in the third act, but in the first two acts of the movie, she's just like pops in and out because she was doing Lipstick Jungle. There she is. Her voice is soothing. Hmm. There's an ant on my bed. Great. I'm getting ants on my bed. I'm gonna have to clean these sheets tomorrow, and I hope these ants don't eat me alive. I do have to clean this room. I'll probably do it tomorrow and on Wednesday. We saw this scene in the beginning of the movie. Ah! Again, we saw that scene. It was in the beginning of the movie when he got the cactus in his face. What comes home? Please don't leave me alone. You better not copyright me. It's not a real Elvis song, so don't copyright me, YouTube. It's a good performance. Elvis will be proud of that song. It's a really good song. I recommend listening to it on YouTube. If there's one saving grace in the movie, it's Lindsay Price and that awesome song. It's a good song. I hope Keanu Reeves is voicing Shadow. Well, he's not in the cast. I think it's going to be Hayden Christensen. Yes, Anakin Skywalker, but it's fine. I need a dark voice that's not going to do the Batman voice. Shadow doesn't sound like Batman. I can't wait to see him, man. He might even show up in the Knuckles show at the end. But I'm not spoiling it. I'm going to watch the show next week on Paramount Plus, and they showed too much in the trailer, but I'm looking forward to the show. Why does he keep saying that? This is an R-rated movie. %68. The song is awesome. If you could hear the song "The Rebel Comes Home," listen to it on YouTube because it's a banger. As long as Chris Pratt doesn't voice Shadow, I'm fine with it. Oh, that line is so cringe. I'm not going to repeat it here. I don't want to get flagged. She's a beautiful girl, man. Ugh. If Naya looks like that in real life, I will lose my mind. Again, now you could take a picture with a phone. Me too. Are you going to meet her? Who? Lindsay Price? If she goes to Comic Con, I will. Because why not? Or Nia Damison if she goes to Comic Con, from Draculaura. Yeah, she's a singer. Her birthday's in December. She's 47 years old now. She got married twice. Recently to Curtis Stone, that Australian cook. Yeah. Just 2 kids. She also got divorced in 2007. He probably likes Asian girls just like I do. We're an hour in. The film is almost over. I wanted to do this one because it's not as violent It's violent, but it's not as violent as Home Sweet Hell. That has way more violence. Good birthday for her, yeah. Because that movie has literally a scene where someone gets killed with with a sword and gets sliced up, and I'm like, ooh, yeah, that's really graphic. I can see why people didn't go to the theater to see that. And the blood gets all over this British girl in a bikini. It's pretty brutal. And I already saw another Catherine Heigl movie last week. I saw 27 Dresses, but I can't review it because it was a box office hit, not a failure. So we'll not be reviewing it yet. She's cute as a button, man. John F. O'Donohue, he's barely in the movie. He could have been cut from the movie. Hmm. Ernie Hudson is still good, man. Yeah, that's the thing that Robert Patrick is not 75 years old yet. He's in his 60s, right? Yeah, it is. It's Robert Patrick. So not Robert Pattinson, Robert Patrick. He's a 65. He just turned 65 last year. So he's a senior citizen now, but he's not 75, not for 10 more years. Hmm. If she was the main character, I would have loved this movie, but it's just, right in the middle for me. Yes, she is. Mm. And a nice latex outfit, right, Josh? Hmm. When you see this, yeah. Again, I'm into that. I'm not into BDSM. I'm not into the pain. I just like the outfits. Some of them. I'm not into like gimp masks and all that. No, I want to see the girls. I want to see a girl's face. He's always going to be Winston for me. Yeah, Ernie Hudson's good in the film. Him, Robert Patrick, and Lindsay Price. They're the best actors in the movie. Cat Williams is fine, but he's not in it that much. He gets hit with the crossbow and you don't see him again. So Inspector Gadget is a better private eye than this guy. Sorry. And Inspector Gadget 2. Look at that face. Because I said bosom size doesn't matter to me, whether it's petite or huge. As long as they're real and not, you know, there's no cancer, I'm all for it. All for it. I prefer a natural body, real body. I would say watch this once. You don't have to own this movie. You can at least watch it once. I own it because I like Lindsay Price in it. Those fries do look good. I thought it was Texas. No, it's New Mexico. She wrote a book. If they're holding hands now, that's the way it should be. See, you can't even hug a girl. You can't even hug a girl, man. How clumsy are you? She's a pirate. No, she's not. Peter Ettinger. What else did he leave written? He's a film editor. He's not really a writer. He's from Albuquerque. Oh, he did The Loud House. I think he directed the Loud House movie from 2021. He's an editor on the Born Identity. Yeah, yeah. He edited the Loud House movie from 2021. That's right. This guy only directed 9 episodes of a show called Animal Exploration. Yeah, he's not much of a writer. I'm sorry. This is the last thing he wrote, and there's a reason he's in the editing room and not, the writer's room. It's not a writer. He's a good director. He knows how to direct actors, but he can't write to save his life. Mostly, you should have hired a writer. It's like Ryan Johnson. His writing is usually awful. Yeah, look what he did in Last Jedi. Luke is on an island. Do it. Big juicy lips, right, Josh? Pick Motel. That old lady, that old lady must be dead by now because this was 15 years ago. Ellen Albertini Dow. Yeah, she died. She died in 2015. She died. She was 101 years old. Wow, she lived a long time. Good for her. She made it to 100 and not poor Betty White. She made it to 99, but she didn't make it to 100. Her or Joyce Randolph, but they lived a long life and had long careers. Here comes the song again. The Return of the King. God, that song is so good, man. It deserved a better movie, but it's a great song. So suck on that Elvis movie from 2022. Much older when a rubber comes up. Yep, sing. Please don't leave me alone. Oh, no, no. Yes, he does. Yep. Yes, it's a great song. Touch this man. Yes, he does. Robert Patrick still can act. He was great in Peacemaker. That song is a banger. It should have gotten an Oscar nomination for Best Original Song because it's an original song. It's a song Elvis didn't sing, and he would have been proud of that song. Again, guys, listen to the song on YouTube. I recommend it. If you don't ever see this movie, Josh, at least listen to the music. Listen to that song. It is a banger. It gives me chills. It's like it sounds like Elvis is still alive in that song. It really is. It's like it really is a great impersonation because I can feel Elvis's essence in that song. I can't feel that with Austin Butler. I just can't. He's too skinny. And I saw him at the Oscars last year. He looked like he didn't eat for a month. Yeah, that's the one thing in this movie that people can agree is a banger. Same thing with the Blues Brothers 2000. The soundtrack is good. The acting and the writing is not, but the songs are. And this is not a musical either. And Joe Mantegna is fun to watch. Yeah, he's also good in the movie, even though he's not in it that much. Let me take this hat off. Yeah, that song is amazing. It's one of the best songs I've ever heard in a 2009 movie. Because this was before Frozen. This was before Tangled. Same year, Princess and the Frog. You saw Sonic. That's a that's a that's a hedgehog. That was a hedgehog plushie. I've seen this guy. Yep, right in the leg. That is a really good song, man. I love listening to it. Police brutality. There's Lindsay. What a great song! Like it's a song that I remember forever. They have the music video on the DVD behind the scenes cast interviews, making of Elvis, and the When the Rebel Comes Home music video, and the making of Lonely Street. This is a fun podcast, even though the movie is not as good as I for when I first saw it, but it does have its moments. These are really good actors in this movie. Not Jay Moore, but again, he's an idiot, Again, Elvis is a legacy in music is always going to live. I wasn't a fan of all of his songs, but when he had some bangers, he had some bangers. Let me tell you. Yeah. I wonder what Lindsay is. I mean, not Lindsay. I wonder what Nikki Cox is doing now. Maybe she's a podcaster. That's what I do. Yeah, too busy being sexy, Josh. Remember that next time Caitlin's in the theater, because no matter what she does, even if it's a serious role, she's gonna be sexy. Because I'm like, look at her, look at that nose, look at those gorgeous freckles and the dark hair and that beautiful face of hers, and the rest of her. It's just she's the total package. She's fully packed, and I could not be happier. And she knows she's female. She's none of this non-binariness. That doesn't exist in my mind. You were either male like me or female like Lindsay Price, Nikki Cox, and Caitlin Deaver. There is no non-binary. It doesn't work that way. When a doctor, yep, king, yep, the king. This is this is either adulation or obsession. Actually, Bambi's mother gets shot in the Disney movie. You can't buy a person. It doesn't work that way. There's no such thing as slavery anymore, guys. You can't own a person. He's fun, Mang Tang. Now he should have been the main villain. I think this has 3 villains in it. So Robert Patrick's not really the villain here. He's more like an anti-hero. Yep, a low blow. This is the only action scene in the movie. That's right, girl. Yes. Jump on each other. I love it. I love it. That's right. Jump on her. Yes, baby. Yes. That's right. Man. If Karen does this, Josh, she'll probably run around in circles. Like her on top of another girl, like struggling. It's already dead, baby. What is this? Reservoir Dogs, or everybody's pointing guns at each other? Or Fast X? I mean, that was funny. See, this movie does have its moments. Yo, stupid. Joe Montana, nobody screams like him, man. That's funny. It's a fun scene. Yes, he does. Nice stunt work. That was a good stunt. Yep. He crashed and burned. Sorry you didn't see this movie, Josh. I would say watch it once. It's on YouTube. I think it's there. Hmm. Yep, his legacy's gonna live forever. Even though I'm not the biggest fan, I'm not Jesse from Full House, where he was obsessed with him. No, I like his some of his music and some of his movies. Jailhouse Rock is the best. That's his best film, without a doubt. It was in black and white. It was Elvis in his prime. Best, some of the best soundtrack in any of his films. One of the best soundtrack. Bambi marries Bigfoot. I wanted more Cat Williams in the movie. Yeah. Oh, now they're in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's just Jay Moore's accent is terrible in the movie. Even in the first 5 minutes, I'm like, yeah, I can't do. He can't do a southern accent. No, I don't want a mustache. Just when I play Mario at Comic Con. You're beautiful, Lindsay Price. You really are. And see, the movie's not that long. King fan. The producers, yeah, that's when the Broadway show was around. Alicia looks beautiful. Yeah, it's a transformative performance from Robert Patrick that I never saw coming. And the movie's over. It's a fair movie. Like if you can watch it once, I would say listen to that song. There's a great song. I gotta hear it. Based on a novel. Jay Moore produced it, but it didn't get. I wish I could play the song, but I can't. When the rebel comes home, so good. Well, it's a whole song in the. Rest in peace, Alina. Ernie Hudson. He's always good to fun to watch. Kevin Chapman as Cowboy Cop. Joe Mantegna as Jared Fickelman. Robert Patrick as Mr. Aaron. It's a great performance. When the rebel comes home, please don't leave me alone. No. Shoulder. When the rebel comes home. It's well done, even though it's not as well written as it could have been. If Peter Ettinger got a writer, it would have been a better movie. And release makeup effects. Alec Guinness and Tom Woodruff Jr. did a great job with Elvis. With Mr. Aaron, played by Robert Patrick. Rest in peace, Elvis, man. I miss you, man. And also, who else? Lisa Marie as well. When the rebel comes home, please don't leave me alone. When the rebel comes home, please don't leave me alone. Stunt coordinator, yeah. It's a great song. Again, the Elvis movie does not have this song, so suck on that, Baz Luhrmann. You and your 2.5 hour movie. That's mental. You only need an hour and 30 some minutes to tell a story. You don't need 2.5 hours. Sometimes less is more. So good, man. When a rebel comes home, please don't leave me alone. Better touch this man. He's so much older. Please don't leave me alone. You saw assistant to Jay Moore and Nikki Cox. Rebel come home. That song is still a banger, man. Oh, yeah. That song is still a banger, man. So good, man. There's definitely Elvis Presley will be smiling from up there with listening to that beautiful song. I guess a nice homage to him without it being 3 hours long. So that song alone makes the movie very, very watchable. I know it's not in the film that much, but they play it enough so that it gets stuck in your head. I know I was when I first saw this movie years ago. Such a good song. I love it. So thanks for watching, guys. Acknowledge me, as I always say, and see this movie once. It's worth a watch. There's some cringe humor, but the song and some of the cast really works for me. So thanks for watching, guys. Later.